Love you.
Oh, yeah.
All right, somebody got a phone, pull it up.
You see, go. Yeah. You know what? I do this. Can I see this?
Give us 1 second through the spirit so we can make sure we're on. Turn the volume down just in case. All right. Shalom. First and foremost, we like to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rakakadosh. Double honors to our apostles and elders, great millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching, preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children, listen, learning, and to Bayashatabadad, the house of David. I am Ayashatad.
I am Barach.
And to the will and power of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. With coming to you with a lesson, Lord, will it be edifying unto the body? All right. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
This is Ezekiel 3:17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth, and give thee warning from me.
So Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is giving warning, all right, unto Israel, all right, and giving them warning for a direction, all right, so that Israel may be led in the right way, all right. That's why he has the men out on the highways and byways, all right, prophesying, proclaiming his name and proclaiming his will, all right.
This is Proverbs 16:1. The preparations of the heart in man, and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord.
The preparation of the heart is of men is Slakim. Can you read that again?
The preparations of the heart in man.
The preparation of the heart in men. So Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is he directs the steps of men, all right, and his will. All right, the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is going to be performed as he wants it to be done. All right, there is no detouring from his way, his law, his order. All right, that he has you ordained to do. All right, whether it be on the left-hand side or on the right-hand side.
Best way to put it, the Most High uses man to complete out his tasks. How each individual has a certain role in this thing, and pretty much he uses different people to execute his orders.
Oh.
Right. It says, and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord.
And the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. All right, to give the account. All right, to give the account, to give the direction. All right, to give an account or a direction is nevertheless an answer. All right, because there's always a question being asked. All right, day to day, time to time. The reason why you speak, all right, is to give a very answer. There's a question being asked through the Spirit, and your answer is such. All right, whatever your lot may be, and whatever the answer is to that question. But the question that is being asked worldwide, all right, faith-wise and spiritually, all right, because you see the times that we're in. You're seeing how everything, this whole place is going to shit here on the shores of America and around the world. All right, this planet is in utter chaos. All right, and everybody wants to know why. All right, and why is from the Gettys, the DuPonts, the Rothschilds, the Oppenheimers, the international banker families. All right, and ultimately, chiefly because this is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Right, but the Lord is using them on the left-hand side, to afflict, Israelites. That's of him. We'll get into the next script.
God.
Dropping down to verse 4. says, the Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil.
So Yahweh Shem Yahushai has made all things for himself, even the wicked for the day of evil. All right, because everybody on this planet has a purpose. Everybody. There is nobody here on this planet that doesn't have a purpose. There's nothing on this planet that doesn't have a purpose. From the least grain of sand, all right, to the neuron or whatever you want to call it, the cell or whatever. All right. Yahweh Shem Yahushai has ordained everything and everyone. All right. And the purpose right now that we're talking about is the purpose for the wicked. All right. The wicked, hey, read that again. The wicked have a purpose.
Right. So verse 4, the Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the days of evil, for the day of evil.
God, Yahweh Shem Yahushai has made the wicked for the day of evil.
God.
And that is through the will and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, so that he may show his wrath. All right, so he may show his power overall until all the nations, until existence.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Right. You got judgment going out, but the Most High using these certain death angels, to lay it out. The Most High uses people. He doesn't come down here himself and inflict the judgment. No, he uses people to do that. Just like he's gonna do in prophecy, to destroy America. Who's he gonna use to destroy America? We know that through prophecy he's gonna use Russia, China, North Korea. He's gonna use these nations.
God.
And he's using Biden right now to lead America straight into that path. Okay, right. And he used the shooter out in Buffalo, to kill all them jakes.
Right. Whether it be a psyop or a stage event, whatever. All right.
You can use somebody from your own nation.
Right.
To inflict, to be a death angel. What was that? Or he could use somebody out from a heathen nation.
God. Hey, Yahweh should be outside. Hey, he will make sure that the job gets done and the way that he wants it. All right, to the T. That's why they call him Al-Ashadja. All right, it's that demon-like power. All right. Go ahead.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11. And it says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Hey, because it's not executed expediently, you think that everything's going to be okay. All right. This is Esau Edom's MO. All right. You think everything's going to be okay because you've had the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, in bondage or in captivity, because you have trodden their existence and their laws. All right, because you have you believe that you have favor of the Most High. All right, when you're really in the trick bag. All right, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai does not care for you. He doesn't care for your nation. All right, he cares. Salakia, he cares that you perform his will as you were designed to do. All right, he cares enough to make sure that you're not going to detour from your purpose. All right, go ahead.
Verse 12, though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with him that fear the power, which fear before him.
Hey, though a sinner do evil 100 times, 100 times, your days will not be prolonged. All right, because Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has the exact timing. All right, it is the exact time to the millisecond. All right, to when your reign is and when your reign ends. All right, as it's been spoken throughout the whole Bible since the beginning. Okay, go ahead, Durush.
Verse 13. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before Yahweh.
God, you should not prolong your days. You should not prolong your days. Why? Because ultimately, right, you continue the affliction of Israel. You will not prolong your days because you are fit. You are fit for destruction. All right, because you continue that affliction. You have no cares, you have no respect. All right. And what happens when somebody has no respect continuously? All right. You get, hey, they're done away with. All right. You're only going to disrespect somebody so long until that person rises up against you. All right. Until that instinct comes in. It's either me or you. All right. And Yahweh Bashimi Al-Shai ordained it that, guess what? It's you who is on the losing side. Whether you believe it, accept it or not, you and your nation are going to fall by the will and power of Yahweh Bashimi Al-Shai. And at his time, all right, we will not take up any carnal means against you, devils.
They say it's going to cover it like shadow. So, though they're getting it, though they're getting away with some stuff, because the Lord is long suffering. The Lord is long suffering. So, he's going to let it play out because of, what his will is to accomplish his will. So he's letting certain things, he's letting these devils, have their time period. But it said that it covers them as a shadow. So their recompense, for all the wickedness that they've done is lurking, over them.
Wow.
And it's that their judgment, is coming.
Wow. All right.
This is Isaiah 55:8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, since said Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai.
For your thoughts are not my thoughts, neither your ways my ways. All right. Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai don't think like you. He don't have acceptance of everybody like you jakes. All right, like 2/3 of our nation. Oh, the blonde-haired labradoodle loves everybody. Yes, the blonde-haired labradoodle loves everybody, which is a damn lie within itself. All right, that blonde-haired, blue-eyed devil hates you. All right, he was set up to be an adversary unto you. All right, not only because it's through the will and power of Yahweh Bashimi Al-Shai in his own estate, all right, but as a stumbling block, also because, hey, it's a wolf in sheep's clothing. All right, give you something, and here it is. This image had to be beaten into you. This image was beaten into you. This image raped your mothers, raped your daughters, raped your sons, and raped yourself. This image took everything from you. This Caesar Borgia took everything from you. Took who you are and whose you are, and you accept it.
Mm-hmm.
Like there is nothing better than plantation Christianity.
Sure. There's something called coercion. I'll just grab the Google definition real quick. It says the practice of persuading someone to do something by using force or threats. And this is how when the Spaniards came and conquered the Americas, they forced this religion upon the people. They did it back in Spain to the Jews that were living out there, but it was by coercion that they converted these these Israelites to Christianity. the Christianity that we know today.
God, hey, and that's all starting from then until Southern Kingdom came over as well.
Right.
All right, and when that happened, that was even more affliction. All right, you really dug in. All right, you really got deep rooted.
That
Willie Lynch.
Willie Lynch. What's that?
Redlining.
That movie on
Roots.
on Netflix, not Roots. Well, it's on there too, but where he was he could read. He was a slave that could read, and he used to preach.
Oh
and
no!
Then he found out the real meaning.
Not 12 Years a Slave. Oh man, it's lucky. It was just on the tip of my tongue. Nat Turner, Free Nation.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one with Nat Turner is. Something like that. Something along those lines. You know? But hey, here it is. It's continuously been there for you. All right?
Birth of a Nation.
Birth of a Nation, the water. Hey, birth of a nation. Right? And when that birth of a nation came, that's exactly why they had the slave Bible, because they didn't want your nation to rise up. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, to always put you and read every scripture would put you in subjection. All right, to not let you know who you are. They would not let you read the revolt. All right, that's in the Bible. All right, because it is scripture. It is scriptural. All right, that the Israelites will revolt. All right, but only revolt under the will and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua at His appointed time, by His hand, not by your own. All right, so no Martin Luther King, no Malcolm X, no Sakari, Fred Hampton, no General Yohana, none of these Israelite self-proclaimed leaders are going to lead you. All right, no Nate Creflo Dollar. These are just men. All right, and really low-level men.
Yes, I'll pull it real quick in Luke.
God, hey, and false prophets. That's what you men are. That's what these men are. All right, these are the men that were just the names were spoken of are false prophets, teaching false doctrine, leading Israel astray.
I'm gonna just get this in Luke 1:68. It says, "Blessed be the Lord, power of Israel, for He hath visited and redeemed His people, and hath raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of His servant David." Right, that horn of salvation is Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is going to be the one that leads the deliverance. Okay, as he did before, being that sacrifice. But he's going to come back, with an army of chariots with the Elohim. It says that the name of the Lord is the key to salvation. And there is not salvation in any other. So, hey, the brother preaching on the corner, yeah, we preaching of the doctrine, but we're not leading the revolution.
God, hey, it goes back to 2 points through the Spirit. Like Yahweh Bashem Yahushua said, until I rise you up to the prey. All right?
Let me just read down. Verse 70, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the beginning the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us.
Okay. Hey, we're going to be saved by the hand, all right, the hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
What does he refer, somebody get that scripture, what does he refer Yahweh as? The right hand.
God.
I think it's in Psalms. I think there's one in Revelations, but if you just type in right hand ruler.
All right. Hey, it's Yahweh who's sending His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, back to save His people. all right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, so that you may have a chance at salvation. 2/3 of our nation won't get it. Two-thirds of our nation don't want to adhere to the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of the ability and come up out of Babylon. All right, to come up out of this whoredoms, these whoredoms that these nations feed you. All right, the continuous going off, the continuous backsliding. All right, they continue your affliction and keep you in iniquity.
That research is to back up what we were saying right here. This 1 Peter 3:22. It says, "Who is gone into heaven and is on the right hand of the Most High, angels and authorities and powers being made subject unto him." And, you know, in the previous scripture, it's talking about Yahushua.
God. Hey, Yahushua is the judge. All right, all authority is given unto him. All right, to make that judgment.
Mm-hmm.
So how much more? All right. You got
See?
yeah.
Isaiah 55:9. For as the heavens are higher than earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts.
God, my ways are higher than your ways, my thoughts than your thoughts. So what you think should happen, all right, you 2/3, you people out there that just can't accept that there is a vessel fit for destruction, all right? Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has the nation of Esau, Edom, fit for destruction, all right, and has all the other heathen nations in their place, all right, so that his word can be performed, that his will can be done. You can't accept, here it is, you can't accept because you have that Stockholm syndrome. You can't accept to think of yourself being above all people. All right, that your sisters and your mothers are the best version of a woman. That you yourself are the best version of a man. You have integrity. You're upright. All right, you give praise and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You think that you can never be so blessed. All right, it goes to show how destroyed you are. All right, go ahead, jump down to 11.
11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I send it.
God, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua's word will not return unto him void. All right, it will accomplish what he says. And everything that he says, hey, he has a righteous judgment, which is all judgment. All right? Every judgment that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua makes is righteous. Okay? It's not like he got it wrong. All right?
He's righteous in all his ways.
God, he's righteous in all his ways. That goes for you fucking people out there that fucking say, God doesn't hate the sinner, he hates the sin. What? That's contradictory to the whole doctrine.
That's a loophole, you know, that was given to you, you know, out of context, and out of the scriptures, you know, not from the scriptures. You know, that's a preacher adding words into the scripture, leading you astray. And that's why y'all stuck in this mentality that, you know, because God is love, but he's also evil, you know?
Good. It's lucky. He's wrath.
Right.
Not evil.
Right. He's creator of evil.
Yeah, but he is the creator of evil.
Right. He uses it to accomplish, and in all you know, actuality, the balance, you know, which everything leads back to righteousness. You know, so you know, there's no evil that can be in front of him, but
right, because it's essentially there's correction. All right, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua deals with duality. All right, so that duality For hot you have cold. For good you have bad. For righteous you have unrighteous. All right. So what you may think is evil, all right, was a judgment. Hey, that baby getting hit by a bus. That baby got hit by a bus from something that baby did in his past life as an adult, because reincarnation is real.
Oh, I have to spread out the preset real quick.
God.
Let's see. Grab it.
Got the precept?
Yeah. This is Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. And it says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things.
God. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua does all these things. All right. He created evil. All right. But he is not evil. All right. Just because I created or what is it, a perfect example? Oh, just because I'm a CEO of a company who created debit cards doesn't mean that I let my children use debit cards, right? And I use that account because I just read an article how a CEO has he doesn't have a debit card himself, nor does his kids. But here it is, you're a CEO of a company with debit cards. So, hey, that's no different from the CEO of Pepsi.
That's like, remember with Russell Simmons, and he made his own black card.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, was going in, that bank was fucking them over and shit.
Right.
But hey, he probably don't even use a debit card. A lot of people with money, they don't use their own money. They're all doing it off of credit.
To take it to the worldly view, all right, just so more so you can understand, you Jakes out there, all right, if you come across this video, hey, it's the 10 crack commandments. Never get high on your own supply. All right, here it is, you're selling the dope, but don't use the dope. All right, this devil is nothing but dope, and he doesn't use his own product. Therefore, you are the fucking fiend. You're the crackhead. You're the heroin addict. All right? Romans 9.
Sorry, I just want to make a quick statement.
20 through 23.
Because even through all of the how the Lord uses the left hand side to pull out his judgments and do his dirty work, so to speak. It is all for righteousness, because what's righteous is Israel, coming back in rulership.
God.
All right, so yeah, America's gonna get nuked. A lot of the 2/3 are gonna get judged and put through hell, but it all goes back to putting the elect back in that power seat.
God. There's going to be a lot of death, chaos, and destruction through the will and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, but it is ultimately to put things back in order. All right. Here it is. What Esau has order out of chaos. All right. But Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has order. All right. In transferring of the rulership. Hey, when the righteous are in rule, all right, the people rejoice. But when the wicked are in rule, the people mourn. And people are mourning right now.
Right, and that's pretty much it's a recompense, to say the least. But how they always relate to karma, or what karma is. Judgment from the Most High. He give you exactly what you gave him, or double, compared to how bad it is. Because what does it say to if you were taking your goods, wrongfully, or taxed wrongfully, you're supposed to pay them back like
Right.
fourfold or something like that.
Yeah. So and it's left on the left hand side
Right.
or the right hand
Or
side.
if you stole something from somebody, you would pay them back.
Right.
You know, more than what you took.
God. So on the left hand side or the right hand side. All right. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. How about Shimei Shai said he would give us a double. All right. 100-fold. All right. Righteously. But what do you say unto the wicked? Pay unto them double. All right. Go ahead, Darash.
This is Romans chapter 9, verse 20. Nay, but O man, who art thou that repliest against the power? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus?
Khan, shall you devils, Esau, Edom, tell Yahweh Shemi Shai, ask him, why have you made me thus? Why have you made me fit for destruction? All right? Because you were fit for destruction. Here it is. Yahweh Shemi Shai has given everybody a lot and given everybody a turn. You had a turn to rule righteously. Time after time. All right? You continued the affliction. Go ahead, continue.
Verse 21. Hath not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor?
So if I own this clay and I have enough to make multiple vessels, all right, and I make a vessel that I love and I adore, oh man, it was wonderful. It was beautiful. I got it right. I got it right. But then I made another vessel and it was perfect. It was perfect, but it was perfect for me to break. It was perfect for me to mess it up and start all over again. It was perfect for me to mess it up and form it and shape it into something else, or just throw it away altogether. I don't want to sculpt anymore. I'm done with that clay. All right? I threw it to the wayside. I threw it in the fire. I returned it back to where it came from. Right? There is no need for it. Essentially, what Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is doing to Esau, Edom.
It's that room, you know, that you could go pay and they give you a sledgehammer and you just go and break it.
Crash house or something like that.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't get mad at them for doing that.
Right. I wish I could do that.
You know, you don't get mad at the company. Y'all just wasting stuff and breaking stuff. No, but it's for a purpose, right? Well, Yahweh Shem Shai has the same purpose.
Yeah. Hey, they're making money off of destruction of some trash, right? And essentially, Yahweh Shem Shai is making money off of trash.
But some of those items in there, they're perfectly good. You know, somebody could have used them.
Right.
You know, one person's trash is another man's treasure. That you always hear that saying.
But in retrospect, you are a treasure. You're the trash that is the treasure for the Israelites. Because without you, Esau, Edom, we couldn't get to where we need to go.
Right.
All right.
And that's what the understanding.
Right. And it's the duality. All right. And it's once again, as the brother Darash has said, thank you. Thank you for your contribution.
Right.
All right. We truly thank you.
That chastisement is necessary is that necessary experience, you know, to lead us back into righteousness.
God.
So yeah, they are that wicked, you know, vessel, you know, but that wickedness is being used, you know, to rebuild the righteous.
God. And wicked in their perfection.
Reform.
Reform the righteous. All right. Reform and rebuild. Right? Because it is a building process that we have to go through. But I get reform is rebuild. You know?
All right, this is Romans 9, verse 22. And it says, what if the power, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction?
So Yahweh Shemi Shai said he's long suffering. All right, long suffering with this unfit vessel. And the unfit vessel is Esau, Edom, in his line. All right. That's why he said he won't exclude anybody from your life. All right. You are unfit. Unfit. All right, because the way that you judge your matters is vain. You lean upon all your own understanding and care nothing about Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Right? You have that self-pride. All right? You're the proudest of the proud. You're not only proud to be so-called American, you're proud to be a devil. You're proud to do wicked. All right? You pride yourself on your lewd, lascivious, filthy acts.
The Most High put that spirit on me, to get off. When you see that stuff, that's, that type of stuff, feeds their spirit,
God.
So yeah, that's why you don't like certain type of, activities and hunting,
Right. Hey, essentially because you're the man who loves blood. All right. You're the bloody man.
You love consumption, destruction,
Death.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Go ahead, Darash.
Verse 23, and it says, and that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy, which he had afore prepared unto glory.
God. So Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to make known, all right, for the vessels of his glory. All right. Hey, he's going to show off. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to show off his handiwork. I did this one right. Look, it's the standard. This is the best. All right. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it in all the universe and all the world. Look how I did this. All right. And his first blueprint was Yahweh Shai. He made him absolutely perfect. All right. He was the first. He was the first of all things. All right. And he got it right. He's showing Yahweh is showing Yahweh Shai off and magnify him to the utmost part. All right, to the highest part of praise that he can get under him. All right, because Yahweh is the most high. And Yahweh Shai is his only begotten son. All right, Yahweh loved his nation so much, he gave his only begotten son for his nation. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who the promises were given to through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right? Through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Right?
Deuteronomy 32 and starting 7, right?
Go.
Verse
8.
8. Deuteronomy 32 and 8. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
God, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, when he separated all the nations, all right, he set the bounds. All right, he said, you belong over here, you belong over here, you belong right here, and you belong right here, right next to me. You're my favorite.
Right. Right. Verse 9, for the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
Oh, Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. The Lord's portion is his people. Who are his people? You so-called Negroes, Latino, and Native Americans. Jacob, who was surnamed Israel.
All right. And didn't say Abraham.
Didn't say Isaac. All right. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right. The forefathers the blessing was through Abraham, then it was given unto his son Isaac, and then unto his son Jacob. And he had two sons. All right. Isaac had two sons. All right. Abraham had two sons. All right. He had Ishmael, but who got the blessing? All right. Here it is. Jacob had two sons. All right. Who got the blessing?
Isaac.
Huh?
You said Jacob, Isaac.
Jacob. Jacob had more than two sons. Yeah. I said Isaac, and then I said Jacob again. Salakia. Isaac had two sons. All right. He had Jacob and Esau. All right. And who got the blessing? Jacob. All right. And ultimately, why? Because it was Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai's will. There goes that vessel for honor and vessel for dishonor. There's a duality at play again. All right. Go ahead.
Verse 10. He found him in a desert, in the waste howling wilderness. He led him about. He instructed him. He kept him as the apple of his eye.
So Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai kept Jacob as the apple of his eye, and the descendants thereafter, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, right, whose father line goes back. All right, pursuant to the book of Numbers, chapter 1 and verse 18. Matter of fact, somebody pulled that for me real quick. Yep.
This is Numbers 1 and 18. And they assumed all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families, but the house of their fathers according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, by their polls.
By the house of their fathers. All right, their pedigree. By the house of their fathers. So if your father's line goes back to a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American, all right, you are of the children of Israel. All right, and don't want to keep on that point, but go ahead. Read 10 again.
Verse 10. He found him in a desert land, and in the waste howling wilderness he led him about. He instructed him. He kept him as the apple of his eye.
So Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai kept you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans as the apple of his eye. All right, he kept them. All right, go ahead, Romans.
This is Romans 9 and 11.
And then the Rush.
For the children began not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High according to the election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth.
So Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, hey, Jacob and Esau have not done anything at this point. All right. Matter of fact, just read it again.
This is Romans 9 and 11. For the children began not yet born.
For the children not yet being born. All right. We're not yet born. Go ahead.
Neither having done any good or evil.
No evil or good has been done at this point in time. Why? Because they're not even yet born. And how can we prove that? Matter of fact, somebody go into Genesis right quick. Genesis 25 and 25, I think it's 22.
The
struggle.
Yeah.
There's Genesis 25 and 20. It's going to be 20. Yeah, 22. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, "If it be so, why am I thus?" And she went to inquire of the Lord. Yeah. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. The one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger.
All right. So, hey, why have you, going back to why have you made us thus? You know, why have you made a vessel for honor and dishonor? Right. Go ahead and read that.
That the purpose of the Most High according to the election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. 12. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger.
The elder shall serve the younger. Right? Neither of these children had been born yet. All right? Neither of these children have been born yet, but it was for the purpose and will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai for the election. All right? Go ahead.
13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
For Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. It's lucky. All right? That goes to show your whole that your blonde hair Labradoodle loves everybody, which is a lie. All right, and it's a lie that you say Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai loves everybody. That's a lie. All right. Amos.
This is Amos chapter 1, verse 11. And it says, Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity. And his anger did tear perpetually, and kept his wrath forever.
God, because you continued that hatred. All right, because you went after your brother. All right, Esau, you went after your brother Jacob. All right, and you went after him because you felt as if you were wronged. All right, from your blessing that you were robbed. And when you clearly gave up your blessing, clearly, as it says in 25, Genesis 25, starting at verse, start at verse 25, right, and read down on to, through verse 40. All right, you sold your birthright, and it was already ordained by Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai that the elder shall serve the younger. All right. That was 12.
You want to go down to verse 12?
Read down to verse 12.
Verse 12. But I will send a fire upon Teman, which shall devour the palaces of Basra.
God. Hey, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai said he shall send a fire unto Teman. And what's Teman? All right. It was a providence in the
Yeah, I can look up.
God, Esau and Chaldeans, the land of Canaan. All right. It was I believe it was the capital.
And, was Teman the capital?
No. Slovakia. Yeah.
Edom.
Yeah, and Edom.
Amos 1 and 12.
All right, and Teman.
Teman.
Got it backwards.
Teman is meaning south, son of Eliphaz, which is the grandson of Esau and one of the dukes of Edom.
Right, which is Germans.
And the region occupied by the descendants of one located east of Idumea.
God. All right, so it wasn't the capital, but it's just the province.
I believe the capital was Basra.
There was just a providence in there.
Yeah.
All right.
So Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is going to destroy the wise men. The wise men out of Esau, Edom's line.
Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is going to destroy Esau, Edom's line. Right? Not just the wise men, the line, the whole entire thing will be done away with. All right? And we're going to continue to prove that through the will and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Genesis 27, 41.
Genesis 27 and 41. And it reads, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
God, hey, that's that perpetual hatred. All right? Because he sold his birthright and then tried to lie about it and get it back. All right? That's why he went crying to his father like a low biatch. Have thou not only but no blessing for me, Father? All right? You lied. You've been a liar from the beginning. All right? You're the father of it. All right?
This is 1 Samuel 1 Samuel 15:1. Samuel also said unto Saul, Yahweh Shem Yahushai sent me to anoint thee to be king over his people, over Israel. Now therefore hearken thou unto the voice of the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Come, hearken unto the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Right? Hearken unto the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because Yahweh Shem Yahushai has set a king over us. Right? And the point is really in verse 2. All right? But go ahead, continue.
Thus said Yahweh of hosts, I remembered that which Amalek did to Israel, how he led wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt.
God, Yahweh Shem Yahushai remembers how this nation, all right, with Amalek, all right, who's the grandson of Esau Edom, all right, did this unto the nation of Israel, and has continued that perpetual hatred to this day. All right. Yet we are still this day in our captivity. We are still in shackles and chains, maybe not physically, but spiritually and mentally. All right. 2/3 of our people continuing that affliction, and has not let up. It has been a full court press, a full blitz and assault on you tribes. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, go ahead.
Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not, but slay both men and women.
Yahweh Shem Yahushai said, spare them not. All right, you can drop that.
Okay.
He said, spare them not. This is exactly what's rightfully fitted unto you, Esau Edom. All right, spare them not. You're not going to be spared in that day, the day of trouble. All right, the day of Yahweh sending Yahweh Shai back. You are not going to be spared for the atrocities that you have committed unto his name, first and foremost. Unto his name, first and foremost, for putting your name in the book, for taking and adding, taking out and adding unto the book. You made yourself a part of something that you were not a part of. That is a penalty. The penalty, all right, is death. All right, by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay. Exodus 17:16. Isaiah 14:15-23.
This is the book of Exodus chapter 17, verse 16. For he said, because the Lord hath sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
See? Because you put your name in that book, because you founded your nation after the laws, statutes, and commandments, all right? And said this was a nation of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, as you have done in the past as well, all right? You have a perpetual hatred for us. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has a perpetual hatred for you. All right. What is it? In the book of Psalms, hate those that hate thee. Roughly paraphrasing scripture. I hate them with a righteous hatred.
I hate those perfect hatred.
God.
Perfect. Yeah, Psalms. This is, excuse me. Book of Psalms, chapter 139, verse 22. I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them mine enemies.
God. Count them my enemies. All right. Why? Because they're adverse to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. They have afflicted our entire nation. They have sent us astray from our power. All right. When we had a chance to come back, they continued that affliction. They kept from, when our time was up, they kept from letting us know that we were the true children and are the true children of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. All right? Go ahead.
Isaiah 14:15. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners?
God, you open not the house of your prisoners. All right? Here it is. Hey, we were what is the word I'm looking for? Paroled and released. All right? We were paroled and released. All right? And you continue. You said, no, get your ass back in jail. All right? You found another offense in your eyes. And the offense was that you don't have the blessing.
Verse 18, all the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned.
God. So Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua said, the seed of the evildoers, which is you, Esau, Edom, and your line, all right, your entire line will be done away with. All right? It will be done away with. Why? Because you're the seed of the evildoer. You're that vessel fit for destruction. All right? You are perfect in your imperfection. All right? So Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua has a destruction coming for you in your nation for continuing the affliction. Darash, pull Isaiah, Salakia, pull Genesis 36 from and 9.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 36, starting at verse 9.
Salakia, yeah. Read that. I just wanted you to get cue that up. Salakia. No, that's
Verse 20, this is Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
God, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua can't let you rise again. All right? For all your atrocities, hey, you don't keep the Sabbath, you don't keep the land Sabbath, you rule unrighteously, you have poor judgment of all things, you pollute and defile the earth, you pollute and defile yourselves as well as other nations. Your MO is rape, robbery, and murder. All right? Your colonization of this planet. All right? You are the true cancer of the planet. Under your rulership, there has been more species lost. All right? There has been more pollution than any other kingdom. With technology or without technology. All right? You have polluted this planet. The planet doesn't even like you. That's why it's dying. All right? We know that the world abideth forever, you know, but the planet is dying on the surface. It's holding back its riches. Why? Because you have no respect. All right, go ahead.
Verse 22, for I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name, and remnant, and son, and nephew, saith the Lord. I will also make it a possession, for the bitter and the pools of water and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the bosom of destruction, saith the Lord of hosts.
God. So Yahweh Bashem Yahushai cuts you off, cuts your line off. He cut sons, he cut nephews, he cut fathers. There is no more seed. All right? Because as we read in the book of Numbers, all right, chapter 1, verse 18, your lineage is through your father. All right? So if your father is not there, guess what? If your nephew is not there, guess what? If your brother is not there, guess what? There is nothing left. You will be done away with. A name to be remembered no more. You're actually the only nation whose name will not be remembered anymore. Because essentially, pursuant to the book of Psalms, chapter 83, let us cut Israel from being a nation so their name will be remembered no more. You returned it back to your head.
Goes around, comes around.
Right, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. It's just the difference is it will be completed through the will and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It will be completed. All right?
This is Genesis chapter 36, verse 9. You want to start verse 8?
Yeah, start with it.
Okay, this is Genesis 36 and 8. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom.
God. Esau is Edom. All right, and this is the genealogy of Esau, Edom.
Verse 9. And these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir. Verse 10. These are the names of Esau's sons: Eliphaz, the son of Ada, the wife of Esau; Ruel, the son of Bashemath, the wife of Esau. Verse 11. And the sons of Eliphaz were Teman, Omar, Zepho, and Gatam, and Kenaz. Verse 12. And Timnah was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son, and she bare to Eliphaz Amalek. These were the sons of Ada, Esau's wife.
God. All right, and all those, those gutter rats, all right, those gutter rats in our land, okay, those gutter rats in our land are of Esau, Edom. All right, what do they call them? Ashkenazis, yeah, Khazars, you know, and so on and so forth. Amalek, all right, you will be done away with. All right, this is not us speaking. This is us telling you, thus saith the Bible. All right, your line will be done away with for the atrocities that you have committed unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, you brothers got scripts, you go ahead and pull them out.
Yeah, I got a. This is going to be the book of Psalms. It's going to be chapter 37. 37. This chapter 37, verse 1. Slacky. And it says, "Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity." Verse 2. For they shall soon be cut down like the grass, and wither as the green herb.
God, hey.
So be not, do not worry about the evildoers, and do not be jealous of what they do.
Don't be jealous. All right, because we ultimately know that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to put an end to that nation. All right, the enemies of the nation of Israel. All right, in his due time, by his will and by his hand in his way. All right, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, roughly paraphrasing the scripture, said he will rise us out to the prey. All right, wait on me. All right. Yes.
This is Psalms 34 and 16. The face of the Lord is against them that do evil, to cut off the remembrance of them from the earth.
Hey, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, for those who do evil. Hey, 2/3 of our own nation, all right, are going to know death by pain.
All right.
All right. They'll have to be cut off. They'll ultimately come back to the loins of the elect. All right. But on this go around, all right, they will not see salvation. All right. So everybody has a judgment, whether it be for the left-hand side or whether it be for the right-hand side. All right. Everything is going to change very soon.
I'm gonna drop down to 19. The Psalm 34:19. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all. Keepeth all his bones, not one of them is broken. Evil shall slay the wicked, and they that hate the righteous shall be desolate.
Hey, they who hate the righteous shall be desolate. All right, and the afflictions of the righteous are many. All right, so think, out of all this land, all this time we've been in captivity, all right, those have been afflictions. All right, affliction after affliction.
The Lord preserved,
The bones.
the righteous, to make it out of this, this hell.
God, you got something else?
This is going to be Obadiah 1.
God, you got to hold that. We'll end on that. Yes.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 33. For Yahweh Shem Yahushai is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints.
God. So Yahweh Shem Yahushai is not the author of confusion. He did not just make this plain up and say, you know what, I'm just going to confuse everybody. All right. He had a purpose for ordaining a vessel fit for destruction and a vessel fit for righteousness. All right. There was a purpose behind it. He didn't just sit there and say, you know what, I'm going to figure this out later. No, he ordained it since the beginning. All right. Go ahead.
This Obadiah 1 through Obadiah 8. Shall I not in that day, said Yahweh Shem Yahushai, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understand out of the mouth of Esau? And the mighty man of Toman shall be dismayed to the end, that every one of the mouth of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. For they violence against our brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and they shall be cut off forever.
Hey, Yahweh Shem Yahushai said, for the shame. All right, for the shame. It's a shame. It's a shame what you did. Read that again.
This is Obadiah 1 and 10. For thou violence against our brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and they shall be cut off forever.
For the violence and shame. All right, you should be cut off forever. You brought this on yourself. All right, you brought it on yourself through your continued afflictions of your brother. All right, what did Cain say to Abel? Am I my brother's keeper? Am I not my brother's? I'm not my brother's keeper. All right, that's where that movie New Jack City got it from. All right, but that's it.
Yeah.
All right. Lord willing, it was edifying. We want to give all honor and glory and praise unto
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, our conquering gosh.
Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening, learning, and to Bayasha Debadot, the house of David. To the next time we say Shalom,